What a great show we have this week. Information and fun. We have some terrific guests. First, we're going to be joined by Tim Morgan of Chattanooga Sports, and then Brandi Thompson of the Greater Chattanooga Realtors Association. What a lot of information she has. Letty and Curtis Smith of Circle S Farm. But first, we're going to be joined by the Honorable Andy Burke, Mayor of Chattanooga. Friends, we're very fortunate to be joined by the Honorable Andy Burke, Mayor of Chattanooga. Hello, Mr. Mayor. How are you, sir?
Good. How about you today?
I am doing great. Thank you for coming on. I have been looking forward to talking with you since you and I connected a little while ago. Not that you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs waiting to talk to me.
Of course I am. This is all I wanted to do since I've been mayor.
And I appreciate that, Mr. Mayor. You have faced a challenge that leaders, that's how they rise to the top. COVID has come in. Let's talk a little bit about before COVID. You had some amazing things happening in the city of Chattanooga. Unemployment reduced by 2%, increasing jobs, thousands of jobs. You've made the streets safer. You've implemented all kinds of plans. We saw growth, and I think the economy was booming. COVID-19 happens. As the leader of a city this size, what do you do? How do you respond to that? How did you respond to that?
Well, this was an incredible challenge for us, for the entire city, because at the beginning of 2020, Forbes magazine said that Chattanooga would have the #1 city for job growth in 2020.
Wow.
We were seeing tremendous improvement in lots of different sectors, unemployment dropping, and just as importantly, wages were rising. And I am a firm believer that wages are actually the most important factor to look at, because when people have more money in their pocket, then that is what really propels our economy forward. But we were seeing all that, and then all of a sudden, COVID hits. I think what we're witnessing right now is a true exposure of, in our city, state, and country, where the gaps are. And so we've really had to sit down, assess what's happening. And my goal for our city is to build back stronger.
And you have another 9 months in office to do that. I mean, with COVID-19, that's got to feel like, frankly, years. But it's a position that, from talking with you, you relish that leadership position in trying to get things back going again.
Well, this is really important, and I'm trying to make sure that that we exhibit the right leadership, that we model what's supposed to happen. Listen, in the last few months, we've been looking at an economic distress unlike anything we've seen since the Great Depression. A global pandemic, protests in our city, and a tornado. And I think the mental stress that comes for many people, knowing what the future holds and what they're going to be able to do. And I think the goal for a city like this is to build a community where we help each other and look out for one another and say, we're not going to hide from the crisis. We're going to come out and face it head on.
Well, I've known you for a lot of years, and I know where your heart is. And you talk about the stress in individuals. It's got to be stressful for you knowing that you've got 180,000 plus constituents out there that you're trying to get through this as well.
It's a little stressful. At the same time, I try not to complain, because I asked for this. I ask people to go out and knock on doors and vote for me and do all kinds of other things. And the kind of stress that other people face is not necessarily stress that they've asked for. And so to me, I think I recognize that I'm the one who ran for this office. I try not to complain about it as a result. And I think the other piece is that there's so much in this position. When you see things go right and you see somebody's life improve and they come up and they thank you or send you an email, that's just tremendously satisfying. So you kind of see both sides of the equation.
Yes, you put so many initiatives into place. I mean, so I'm a former veteran. Well, I am a veteran, former military officer, but you have done so much for the homeless vets. You also have some initiatives I'd just like to touch on real quick because they're pretty fascinating. You're not leading, you're leading from the front, but you're not a dictator. It seems like you're getting a lot of input. Can we talk a little bit about some of those initiatives? For example, the Mayor's Council for Women. Is that the correct term, Mayor's Council for Women, sir?
Yes. Yeah. So first of all, thank you for your service.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. And that we're a patriotic city. I'm a patriotic person. I think thinking about even the Mayor's Council for Women and all those other things in terms of our country is we do want input. And so a few years ago, I announced the Mayor's Council for Women, which was a way for us to solicit input from people throughout our community and ask them what they wanted to see and how they wanted us to go about doing things. And one of the most satisfying things was that right after it was formed, the Mayor's Council for Women looked at some domestic violence issues. They put forward a law to their state legislatures and got it passed. And so changing how women could be so that they could not be kicked out of an apartment if their abuser was arrested for domestic violence. So you see things like that and you realize there are lots of good ideas out there. Let's give people the chance to talk about them.
I think that's wonderful. Now, can we touch real quick on Chattanooga Forward? Can you share what that's about, sir?
So Chattanooga Forward was our attempt to take input from the community in 6 different areas and figure out what big steps Chattanooga could take to move forward, like arts and entertainment and downtown, the gig and tech economy, sports and outdoors. So we looked at all those issues. As a result of that, we formed the Innovation District. We started working on making sure that more people had access to the gig and to the tech economy. We changed and saw a lot of development in our downtown, rebuilt Miller Park, and we could keep going, but every single person on Chattanooga Forward was a community member. It was not city government staff, because when we hear information from people, it builds momentum, it gives us great ideas, and that's what we want to see.
So we've got the structure in place. I mean, we've got the fastest, most efficient internet in the world. We've got everything in place that you're talking about. So COVID's hit the world. I got to think we're not getting behind anybody, not that that's a comfort, but everything's in place. So once we get over this, we're set to explode again, are we not? Am I misreading that, Mayor Burke?
I think the fundamentals of our city are still strong. We certainly have seen over the last few months where there are significant gaps. But as long as we stay focused on an inclusive economy where everybody can benefit, growing wages, making sure that we have the jobs of the future and spreading that evenly throughout our community, I think that a lot of those things that you heard about before are still there waiting to come back out when hopefully vaccine in the near future.
Yes, sir. Well, Mayor Burke, I know how busy you are, but I tell you, I'm grateful for you spending time with us today. I hope something comes up or you have something to share, or maybe we'll just call out to you again. We'd love to have you back on. And Mayor Burke, thank you for your service to our community.
Thank you so much. It's great to be with you.
Thank you, sir. Be well. Hey guys, be sure to share this video with your friends, and to get the latest updates, like this page and subscribe to our channel. Congratulations to Cynthia Wallen of Chattanooga. Cynthia, you have won our $100 gift certificate to the River Street Deli. I know you're going to enjoy that. And folks, don't forget, go to NoogaConnection.tv to enter for a chance to win a $100 basket of the freshest produce imaginable from Circle S Farm. We are going to be joined now by Tim Morgan, the president of Chattanooga Sports. Hello, Tim.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for joining us. So, Tim, would you share with us what is the mission? What's going on with Chattanooga Sports?
So Chattanooga Sports is a division of Chattanooga Tourism Co. And we focus specifically on creating, capturing, and cultivating the growth of sports tourism activity to have an economic and social prosperity on our community.
Okay, and talk about a community to do that in. I mean, Condé Nast Traveler, last year, end of last year, named Chattanooga as one of the 10 best small cities in the United States.
Yes, definitely. And we're able to achieve that accolade by really highlighting on a lot of our outdoor activity and natural assets, as well as utilizing the core and strength of our community, which is our people, that drive the passion that they have for sport.
So, for those of us that hide in the office all day and mow our yards on the weekends, or for others who want to come in and as tourists, what types of outdoor activities are available in Chattanooga?
Well, you name it. I mean, we are just in a 10-mile radius outside of downtown. There are hundreds upon hundreds of trails that weave all through the mountain ridges and the beautiful nature of our community. So you can go trail running. You can just go on a nice little walk. You can jump off a mountain if you would like, and sail into a beautiful valley. You can go skydiving. I mean, there's all sorts of different ways to enjoy the beautiful nature that surrounds us.
And it is an amazing town. Now, in addition to our outdoor activities, we've got a lot of interest in sports around here. Looking at you, Tim, it's obvious that you are, or at least were, an athlete. Tell me, with COVID-19 getting in the way, throughout the world, do we have anything going on right now, sports wise? It looks like you guys developed something really fascinating.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for claiming that I may still be an athlete. So I really greatly appreciate that. Um, yeah, so we are, throughout the duration of the year, Chattanooga Sports engages we've been averaging over 90 different events, either taking the lead to operate the event or support the event in an effort to maximize sports tourism. COVID-19, it's hurt everybody, right? I mean, I don't think there's anyone immune to the negative impact that COVID-19 has had. And unfortunately, we have canceled more events than we've hosted, but due to us following the directives and guidelines for the state of Tennessee has issued with the Tennessee Pledge, we are still able to host some events. And youth softball and baseball have been events, and girls lacrosse that we've been able to get in creating that. The objective is to create that safe environment when hosting this event. And we had an event last weekend that was a girls lacrosse tournament, and it was amazing how many people took the individual responsibility of wearing the mask when in social environments. It was absolutely awesome, and it proved that we as a community, we don't like COVID, but we can, if we take the necessary individual responsibility to interact with people in a responsible manner, you can still live your life with COVID, unfortunately.
Well said. Well said. So you right now, at this time today, the 2020 virtual, what is it? Let me see if I can get the term right. The virtual run walk for epilepsy is going on right now. I mean, that's very unique and probably wouldn't have come up had it not been for COVID. I mean, doing something virtually. And you also have, it looks like the Chattanooga Football Club has a game scheduled for August 1st. Do we know, will that event happen?
I can't sit in front of you today and guarantee anything, because this environment is changing by the hour. And I do know that CFC has been working diligently on creating a plan to implement a safe environment. And every organization should be focusing on that right now. How do you still proceed with your business, but doing it in the safest possible way? So we'll see. It's Ironman has turned to doing virtual training. We are considering with the Erlanger Chattanooga Marathon weekend, which is next March, we're considering having a virtual element. So those that don't feel comfortable going into these the normal crowded environment can still participate with the event. It's really forcing you to be creative and
Absolutely.
try to still be able to offer that product that people want to participate
And you are absolutely doing it. Tim, okay, so you are a great source. Chattanooga Sports is a great resource. Go to find out what's going on in one place. How do we find you?
All right. So I will tell you, we are taking this time right now in this COVID state to become stronger internally. So we are enhancing our website, which you can go to ChattanoogaSports.com, or it can be reached by visitchattanooga.com/sports. Both of those URLs work. And it'll give you an idea on who we are, what we do, and what we're continuously trying to enhance the social and economic prosperity sports tourism has on the Chattanooga market.
Tim, thank you so much. I would love to have you on again. Share what as new events come up, as you make more changes and continue to work for the town. We appreciate you. Listen, you better go run that 10K and get some workouts in, because it's clear that you're still an athlete, sir.
Such a smooth talker, my friend. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Tim. Guys, I'm trying to make this fun and informative. I'm having a great time, but I really would appreciate your comments. Please contact me via my website at noogaconnection.tv or comment on social media. Today, we are joined by Brandy Thompson. She's a realtor and the president of the Greater Chattanooga Realtors Association. Welcome, Brandy.
Welcome. Hi.
Well, so Brandy, I have had a lot of questions from friends, clients, people I know saying, what's going on with the real estate market? How has COVID affected it? Love these incredibly low mortgage rates. Love to list my house, but what's going on? Can you give us an overview? What is happening with the Chattanooga real estate market right now?
So in the Chattanooga real estate market, it's really interesting because you've got, for the first time probably in the last 25 years, you've got 5 generations that are actually looking to buy homes. So you have the baby boomers, which are the largest generation, and then you have the millennials, which is the second largest, then you have Gen Z, and then you have the generation in between millennials and boomers and the ones before boomers. So you really have a unique situation to prove that investing in long term, hence you have a lot of boomers that have done that, works. So you have a lot of millennials that are like, okay, we want to get into it. So you have kind of a split segment in that. So you combine that together with interest rates being in some cases under 3%, and you have we are 2,000 starts short per year of where we need to be for new construction since the recession. So you combine that with inventory waning, is kind of the perfect storm for a seller's market. And then you throw in COVID, which stopped a lot of people from moving, but also kind of redirected a lot of the workforce to allow them to work from home. So home has never been more important than we see in 2020. I mean, it's always been a special place. It's always been, hey, you want to, where you have peace and the ability to fellowship with family, but now it's even more important. So,
well, that makes a lot of sense. So tell me, you said it's a seller's market. Can you
Correct.
give us an indication or I think you mentioned to me before, was we were talking a super seller's market. What does that mean?
So how you can tell it's a seller's market is when inventory is the amount of homes on the market. So when the amount of homes on the market get under 7 months, it typically transitions into a seller's market. That being said, we're currently at 2.3 months of inventory in the market. 2.3 months of inventory means that if there was not another house listed today in 2.3 months, all the houses would be sold. So, I mean, that makes it very, very interesting in the sense of, you consider 10 years ago during 2010, we had in some cases 18 months of inventory, which
Wow.
is a combination of days on market. The average days on market's about 63. So that's from the time that you put the house on the market to the time they close is about 63. So again, 2.3 months of inventory versus 18 months in some cases, 10 months, 9 months. We've been trending down for, I want to say the last 6 months, possibly longer. I want to say it's been about 2 years that we've been trending down on the months of inventory.
Wow. Okay, so 2020 with COVID, what are we looking like? How is the real estate market going this year? In other words, have we slowed down? Are we moving fewer units?
We are 242 closed units. A unit is a home. So if you figure out of the homes, we're 242 homes ahead of where we were last year as far as year to date,
Wow.
adding it up. So, I mean, we did have a slowdown in the, March, April during quarantine. Absolutely, there was a slowdown. However, that was more than made up for in the month of June with an increase. And so with all of that being said, I mean, overall, the market has definitely picked up and remained consistent and steady. And a lot of that has to do, again, with the amount of people looking. And then also you have migration into Tennessee. So you have a strong state that's in the black, which is driving a lot of migration into the area. And then you have also the job creation and jobs. You have the internet that brings people here to work from home. You have the outdoor life that brings a lot of people here for that as well. So you have a lot of combinations here in this region that has kept our market strong. But bottom line, we just don't have enough homes on the market, and we're not getting enough starts. And
So that we're sizzling hot,
Correct.
So you mentioned
Correct.
Boomer. My kids call me Boomer, and so yeah, I'm one of those. And I've talked with friends, and we've got some folks that say, I'd love to get involved. I'd love to list my house. Sounds like a good time to sell, but frankly, I'm concerned with the virus. Brandy, I know you've got a plan in place, and the Realtor Association has a plan in place. Please share with us what steps are being taken to keep buyers and sellers safe.
So, I mean, with buyers and sellers, with the mandate in Hamilton County, masks are encouraged. So going through the home, we also encourage sellers to open all the doors, turn on all the lights, so no one has to touch anything through the home. The use of technology has never been more important. So 3D tours, walking through a home, seeing the aspects of it, having a full write-up. You also have the ability to have booties over your shoes to, again, minimize contact. So there's a lot of different precautions that can be taken. Questions can be asked at the request of the seller to, again, minimize contact or with any of that.
So it's amazing the amount of knowledge you have in your position and as a realtor. So how would someone get in touch with you, Brandy? They're interested in selling their house or getting more information. How would we do that?
Sure. They can give me a call at 423-401-8388, 423-401-8388.
So you're like a boomer. You like those telephones too, Brandy, instead of just the emails and the texts.
Anybody who knows me knows I abhor email. In fairness, my email was down for 24 hours, which is another reason why I don't like it. So yeah, I prefer the phone. Questions are important, and it's hard to get tone and tonality in an email, and it's hard to get that in a text. And quite frankly, I'm very direct, and that doesn't always come across the best in email or text.
I love it, Brandy. You've been a wonderful, wonderful source of information for us. Look, if something changes in the market, in the association, we want you to come on and share more with us. It's been a great interview and incredibly informational. Thank you for sharing that with our listeners.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
Thanks. One question I get all the time as a personal injury attorney: Scott, I've been involved in a minor accident. Should I call the police? The short answer, absolutely. This isn't meant to be legal advice, but if me or my family, if we were involved in an accident, I would insist on the police showing up. Let me tell you why. So I worked for 15 years as an insurance defense lawyer. If there is no police report, I'm going to challenge whether or not an accident even occurred. I have a case right now One of my clients was pushed into a telephone pole. They didn't call the police because the other side took off. Guess what? The other side's challenging whether or not an accident really occurred. Call the police, have them come out, have them write a report. Doesn't matter how minor. Protect yourself, protect your family. Friends, we've got a terrific segment lined up next. We are joined by Letty and Curtis Smith, the owners of Circle S Farm. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey, Scott.
Well, Circle S Farm, I've known Curtis for almost 4 decades now, and I've known what you all do with Circle S Farm for a decade. Share with us, if you would, what is Circle S Farm about?
Well, we have been doing this for almost 20 years, probably. Our CSA has been going for 16 years, I think, this year. We've been at Main Street Farmers Market for over 10 years. So we have a CSA, which is a community-supported agriculture group, and they buy produce from us, eggs, meat, flowers, and it's weekly share, and we deliver on Mondays, and then we go to Main Street Farmers Market on Wednesdays, which is a great farmers market. If you haven't been locally, it's I think the best food in the city of Chattanooga for sure.
I have to agree. I've been there, as you know, many times, been a member of your CSA for many years, and the produce you put out, what you do, first of all, Curtis, this incredible lady is out there driving horses to do her farm work.
I know. It's hard for me to keep up with her, Scott.
and yet you do. You guys put out incredible beef. You've got eggs. I know there's always a waiting list. And tell me a little bit, the produce. You use natural farming methods. What kinds of things would someone find in a Circle S Farm box?
Well, of course, it's seasonal. So, in the spring, it's lettuce, broccoli, onions, all of that, greens, all that kind of stuff. And then right now we're moving into our summer season. So it's tomatoes and squash, cucumbers, okra, all of the summer yummy stuff.
That sounds incredible. Hey, your farm, tell us a little bit about it, just for those that are looking at these pictures thinking, what an amazing setting. I know that you and Curtis built your home with your bare hands. Tell us a little bit about your property.
Smart one on that.
And a couple of tractors, and, had a couple other friends help too. But
there you go.
But it's kind of just something we wanted. We wanted like a little bunkhouse type thing to get out here with our animals. Once we got the fence up on this farm and moved our animals out, we needed a place to stay. So we just built this thing, which we thought would be really quick and up, but it just took a little bit longer than we thought, as always. And but now we're here and we enjoy it, and it's still work every day doing fencing or clearing or bush hogging or moving cows or Letty's garden. That's kind of taking priority right now over everything. And to have her out there with the horses, it's just incredible to see and listen to, because it's so quiet and there's no tractor engines or anything like that running and racing. It's just the way it should be, I guess you could say. But anyway, she doesn't take any breaks, so I feel guilty.
Yes.
To take breaks.
And Curtis, you are a true cowboy. I mean, you really are. It's kind of funny. You all sound like cowboys and farmers because you just put your animals first. Listen to your story. You put your animals first, and then you figured, well, we better have somewhere to sleep as well. I think that's amazing. So let me ask you this. I'm new. I just now heard about Circle S Farm. Tell me how to find you. Where can I find you online? And where can I get your produce? In particular, tell me, I'm afraid to get out of the house, or I don't want to travel. COVID has me a little concerned, whatever it may be. How can I find you, and how can I get some of your goods?
Well, our CSA sign up is usually in the wintertime. So that is full right now, but it's www.circlesfarm.net. And we will be doing some pre-ordering this fall. So just get in touch with us. We do deliver to Chattanooga and sort of some of the surrounding areas, Lookout Mountain. And then on Wednesday, the farmers market is still going. It's at Chattanooga Brewing in their parking lot. It's outside. Most farmers have pre-orders, so you can order and not have to pay or touch anything. You can just show up and pick up your order and be out of there. So so that's a good option too.
So going to the market's website, we can find out who the vendors are. Letty, do you have any idea approximately how many vendors are on there for any given Wednesday?
I think 30 right now. So there's meat, cheese, milk, eggs. You can almost stay out of the grocery store if you want to. Just shopping at Main Street. Chocolate, lots of good prepared food. Just good. We're spoiled.
So Letty, yeah, oh, chocolate. I mean, you got me there. So let me ask you this. I think it's amazing. You were telling me that when you do have extra produce, you actually give it away. You tell us what you do with your extra produce. And I think a lot of folks at the market do this, but what do you do with your abundance?
Well, the last few years, we've taken it to the food bank, and you always plant more than you need because you need to make sure your customers get what they've ordered and what they want. So there should be extra of certain things. And this year we planted extra because we felt like there was going to be a need and we wanted to be able to take more to the food bank. And actually Main Street, there's some folks that have been donating their money and their time to help us do that. So that has been great too.
I love that you all are not just about business, but you're about the community as well. And I think we're all very grateful for that. So, Letty, Curtis, I would like to be able to give away a $100 gift card for one of the Circle S boxes of produce. People can go to noogaconnection.tv to sign up for that. But I would ask you, we talked about this. You all have developed a special dog treat. I would like you to tell us just a little. We just have a few moments, but tell us a little bit about the dog treat. And I would ask, can we put some of those dog treats in this $100 box that we're giving away?
Yeah, absolutely. We, of course, we put our animals first, like you say. So we want our dogs eating healthy, good food too, that's chemical free. So a friend and gal that helps me in my garden, we came up with this idea of Temple Top dog treats named after my dog, Temple. So yeah, that has been great. And then Julie Clark took all the wonderful photographs with our dogs and some of that. So just wanted to kind of put her name out there too. She's an amazing photographer. We're just lucky to have such talented friends.
She's a great photographer, and she also had great subject matters. I hate to say it, Curtis is still fine looking man, but guys, I thank you very much for your time today. Please, if you have something you want to share, let us know. We'd love to have you back on and share your story, share what you're doing for the community. And again, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Good seeing you.
You as well. Hey guys, be sure to share this video with your friends. And for the latest updates, please like our page and subscribe to our channel. I hope you enjoyed watching our show as much as I enjoyed making it. A huge thank you to our incredible guests, the Honorable Andy Burke, Mayor of Chattanooga, Tim Morgan of Chattanooga Sports, Brandi Pearl Thompson, Greater Chattanooga Realtor Association President, and of Circle S Farm, Letty and Curtis Smith. I'm Scott Davis, your host, and I look forward to you joining us next week at NoogaConnection.tv.